Alright YouTube, what's up again? It's the Yugi Collector here, 6741. Now I'm going to finish off where I left off at about the cards that's been restricted to one on the list, and we get to Eradication Epidemic Virus, or Eradicator Epidemic Virus. Excuse me, I'm put that better. This card has proven to be very, very dangerous with Dark Worlds. At Worlds, we saw a lot of plays with this card with Big Eye and Colossal Fighter. And this is the one card that could really hurt spellbooks or any deck that's running heavy traps or heavy spells. So to see this go to 1 is not, it doesn't bother me. I know it bothers a lot of you guys out there, but there are ways to get around this card. I mean, once they activate it, you could 7 tools it, you can decree, you could play Trap Stun. I mean, there's so many ways you can stop this card. I mean, it's not an impossible card to stop. It's just a very dangerous card. But you got to put your thinking caps on and get around it. So this goes to 1. That's fine. The next card that goes to 1 is Torrential Tribute. This card, when they put it to 2, was very, very good. This was just basically a trap version of Dark Hole. That's basically what this is. So a lot of people are trying to find out why they want to get around this. So to see Konami put this at 1 doesn't really affect me, because I was using 2 in some decks and I just cut it back down to 1. So the next card that really hurt a lot of big decks, especially the Macro Rapid deck, is Macro Cosmos itself. This card was the benefactor of the whole removing from play strategy. Even though this card could be solemn warning because it states that it does let you special summon a monster, even if you're not going to special summon it. Since it gives you that option to do that, this can be solemn warning. A lot of folks don't know that, but now you do. So that goes to 1. So the cards that go to 2, I'm only going to mention just 2 of them, and that are these: Mizuki. Actually, no, it's 3, excuse me. Mizuki, Plague Spreader, and Dimensional Prison. These 3 cards right here are going to go to 2. I only use 2 of these at one time, so for it to stay at 2, it doesn't really bother me. But these right here, for the zombie players, for the new zombie support that's coming out in Shadow Specters, I can clearly see why Konami decided to put these cards at 2. I specifically wanted Mizuki to come to 2 because it really makes a lot of vampire plays or just zombie plays in general very, very good. Plague Spreader, I mean, I was running Pain Painter at 3 at one point, and then just 1 Plague, because Plague gives that special extra effect that will allow you to special it from the grave. Then you play Imperial Iron Wall, or you use it as Exceed material and then just send it to the grave as material, and then you can get it right back. So it just repeats itself. So that's what a lot of folks may start doing with this, is to use it as Exceed material. Then after they drop it to the grave, then they can stack a card on top of it, on top of their deck, and then special it from the graveyard again. When it's used as Exceed material, it resets itself. A lot of folks don't know that, but it does. Or you want to just use Imperial Iron Wall and it never gets removed. So you could do it that way too. But Mizuki is just a Book of Life without removing your opponent's monster from the graveyard. That's all Mizuki really is. It's just a 17-hitter Book of Life. And despite how good it is, it really makes it good by playing Lavalval Chain, Foolish Burial, or just using Zombie Master's Effect to drop it in the graveyard. The old play was Bryonak dropping this to bounce another card. Then you use this to special summon another zombie, and then you can just go off. But now that Bryo is banned, I mean, you have to find another way to make this work. So that rounds out all the cards that are going to 2. Now I'm going to get to the cards that are going to 3. And one of them is Destiny Hero Malicious. Now this card is really good, especially when Stratos was amongst the mix, where you can just summon Stratos and then search for him. Then you play Destiny Draw, drop it to the graves, draw 2, remove from play, special summon another one, and then since he's a level 6, you can go into a level 8 synchro. It was a lot of ugly plays with this card. But now that it's back at 3, but without Stratos, it makes it very hard, or a lot harder, to come up with a really decent strategy or an idea to make it work. So, that's that. Then the Agents, Mystery Earth. When they put this card to 2, I was like, yeah, but I never ran Agents. I tried to run them, but it just didn't work for me. I mean, all decks don't work for everybody. So, seeing this go back to 3, it's, yeah, a lot of the Agent players is like, yay, we get our 3rd Agent back. But yeah, oh well, so what? I don't care. The next card they put at 3 was Tsukiyomi. Now, this card actually saw play at Worlds, because this was in the final match. It was at 2, and then they said, well, bring it to 3. It didn't do nothing that much in the format, so it's at 3, so okay. Next is the E-Call. Since we dropped our Stratos, they decided to give us our 3rd E-Call, which is fine. We just can't use it to attack with. That's all Stratos really was. It was just an attacking version of this. So now we got to find something else to do to make our plays better. So that's that. Then they put Duality at 3. I thought Duality going back to 3 was fine. I didn't have an issue with it. After I saw Mr. Fraser Smith win YCS with Gravekeepers running 3 of these, I was like, yeah, that's good. Because when they use this, they cannot special summon in the same turn that it's activated. It's just, I don't call it a +1, it's just a 1-for-1. As somebody else said in another video, I'm biting off of what you said, so I'm not trying to steal your fire, but I'm just complimenting on what you said because what you said made sense. You just drop this card, then you look at the top 3, and then your opponent gets to see what you draw in too, so it's no secret. So getting this at 3 is, yeah, that's no big deal. Getting this at 3, Scapegoat, that was very odd. I mean, to see this card come to 3, because I know Goat Control was a real big factor in one point. Another card that made this card very useful was Cannon Soldier. There was an old strategy back when where you would have Cannon Soldier on the field and then you would play this, tribute all your GOAT tokens, and then you would burn your opponent for 2,000 points. So with 3 of these, that's that's what, 6,000 points that you can burn your opponent with. So that's a pretty easy way to get a game running this. And then last but not least is this. A Hero Lives. To see this at 3 is okay because it costs you half your life points to play this card. But if you run another card that can help you not waste all your life points. Let me see if I have it in this stack right here. No, I don't have it in this stack. But the card I'm referring to is a card called Spell Economics. If you run that card, as long as that card's in play, you don't have to pay life points to activate a card. So you can drop your 3 Hero Lives for free. And you don't have to pay a single life point to activate it. And it's a continuous spell card. As long as it's in play, any card that would normally force you to pay life points with, it'll be a free card. So with that autonomous action unit card I showed in the first video, that's for free. Even Final Countdown. You want to drop the 2,000 points to count 20 turns. You play economics, it's for free. So it's a whole lot of strategies you guys got to think of to get these combos to work for you. It's not rocket science, it's just common sense. That's all it is, and that's all it's going to be. So for those of you out there that understand what I'm saying, hey, I'm only out to try to help y'all. I'm not out here to bash nobody. I'm not trying to say I'm better than anybody because we're all equal. It just goes to show that who's done the research, who's done their homework, and then that will decide who is the better player and who's not the better player. Because that's pretty much how it all comes down to. So this is the Yu-Gi-Oh! Collector 67401. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all on the next time.